Are you a commercial microgreen grower looking to take your business to the next level? Look no further than Modern Grower for all your seed needs. At shop.moderngrower.co, we offer an extensive range of top quality organic microgreen seeds, including popular varieties like sunflower, pea, broccoli, radish, and many more. But what sets our seeds apart? It's our unwavering commitment to quality and your success. Every batch of our seeds undergoes rigorous pathogen testing, ensuring you're working with the cleanest, safest products available. We're proud to offer 100% organic seeds, perfect for growers committed to sustainable and natural practices. And let's talk about results. Our seeds boast industry-leading germination rates, meaning more consistent crops and less waste for your business. Plus, we understand that growing is both an art and a science. That's why we offer advanced technical support to help you troubleshoot any issues and optimize your production. At Modern Grower, we believe in providing the best for less. That's why we offer competitive pricing without compromising on quality. Your success is our success. Ready to elevate your microgreen game? Visit shop.moderngrower.co today and use code PODCAST at checkout to save 10% on your next order. That's shop.moderngrower.co, promo code PODCAST. Grow better, grow modern with Modern Grower. You have the path of it. It's like a bunch of blocks that stacked up to get you where you are today. And it's, I'll call them random blocks for lack of a better word, like little chunks that fit in here. Other people that have farmed or start their own business in whatever sector, they might have a more long block. I worked in, not me, person X worked in law for 15 years. So they have this big, tall block, and then they transition out from the more corporate career into farming. Your path is this little block chain stuck together. And I think that's a path that there's a lot of people on. You're over 50 now, right? Mm-hmm. What advice would you have for somebody who's in their early 20s and they're not cut out for this long block corporate path route? They have an interest in this subject matter. They don't necessarily know what they want to do. As somebody who's made a whole bunch of blocks fit together to support a family, to build a life, what would you tell them?
I think I'm pretty transparent with this. I think with our climate especially, but there's a lot of capital to invest and your time into building the plant, getting your irrigation and getting the greenhouse up, getting the wash and pack in, getting the tools you need. More importantly is developing the market streams. But you can't do it in a season, and you can't do it without great support around. And I can't see any other way than keeping some outside income as you transition and just being patient. And I think the longer your transition is with some prior experience, whether that's a couple of seasons working on a really productive farm or a couple of internships on really productive farms, either way, and just really knuckling down with upskilling and with your mentor, focusing on the study that's relevant. If you're going to be small scale, like third of an acre, then there's content there, like Curtis Stone, for example. Don't be studying an 8-acre model if you're going to be a third of an acre, because you're going to need to be a third acre of salad to draw a living. So find there's some great content out there, and there's some big distractions too. Find the relative content, study that hard, maybe even take notes and reread it. I still reread all my content all the time. And it'd be nice to say, I'm just going to do this and I don't ever want to go back to the day job. But so some of the disciplines I've worked in, I was painting houses. I was doing soft landscaping. That's like just garden work. And then I transitioned to hard landscaping, like concrete paths, retainer walls, the more physical structural part. I worked for an architect. I was a frontline caregiver for 3 years. That was the only job I had that wasn't like physical and outdoors. And they trained me in frontline management. And I wasn't enjoying painting houses. And the hard landscaping, really good skills that I picked up. I can build stuff, and my design background helps me with the process of thinking through things. But when Jean Martin and Curtis came here 2016, I painted my last house that summer. I'm not enjoying it. Absolutely be clear about that one, but I just had to do it to make an income to support the family and develop the business. And Tanya was also teaching full time. I'll come back to her transition with that. So our farm, there was absolutely nothing on it on day one, not a fence, a tree, no services, no buildings. And so we had to build the family farm from nothing, which is, I would have loved to have taken over the family farm. And then as I transitioned, I got really interested in the animal systems, and with my travels with gardening, I was working on a lot of sheep, beef and dairy farms around the world. I learnt from a mentor how to make a permanent farm fence. And so I put in all our fencing at home. We have 25 paddocks at home. And then that skill, I then started fencing for other people, not full-time all year, but it was a skill that I could lean on. And suddenly I was working in an agricultural setting, drawing an income, rather than working in a setting that had been making people's houses and properties look nice generally so they can sell them and capitalize. So that was a nice transition. I also had a friend who had a mobile sharing business. In winter, I would go and work for him. And I just had to do whatever it took to draw an income to keep things going, and just trying to be smart with what do we have to invest in next? When can we do that? And when do we have the funds? We typically like to have the funds for a project prior to doing it.
Farm Small, Farm Smart Daily is part of the Modern Grower Podcast Network. Check out some of our other shows like Carrot Cash Flow, the Growing Microgreens Podcast, and Farm Small, Farm Smart. Learn more about the shows using the link below.